Hey guys, welcome to my stream. Um, I'm excited for today. Today's gonna be a little bit of a different thing than I usually do. I'm not playing a game. I'm doing more talking about Deltarune. Um, I've been wanting to do this for a while, like a long time, but I got really busy with stuff like I'm in a new place. Or well, yeah, this way. I'm in a new place. I moved. You're gonna be able to see my air conditioning every time I stream. um, But yeah, so I moved and I was really busy with that, so that kind of offset this stream. And then after that, it's like, oh, trips and like appointments and everything. And I never really had a time to sit down, or I just right now I'm standing up because I got a standing desk. Very exciting. I'm standing up, and never had the time to sit down and like talk about this and just chat about like, yo, I love this. So I saw that Deltarune Chapter 5 is coming out. Well, it's coming out like from when I'm streaming this, it's coming out in like 2 days, 3 days. Like on Wednesday, it's a Sunday. It's coming out on Wednesday, and it's like, okay, I absolutely need to. I need to get this stream done. I want to get this stream done before Chapter 5, so I can talk about how much I love Chapter 3 and 4. Like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm talking about today. I'm going to be talking about how much I love Chapters 3 and 4 of Deltarune, and just kind of talk about the stuff I like, and just share like the stuff that I like about it. And I just be like, yo, God, I like this. Listen to this, or like, let me talk about this thing that I like, because that's kind of, I don't know. I just want to do it. I just want to talk about it because I really like it. Um, I want to do it before Chapter 5 because then maybe Chapter 5 will be my favorite. Fingers crossed. Hopefully. Um, I'm really excited for Chapter 5, and I will be streaming it the day it comes out. Not when it comes out, but like in the evening. I'll definitely be hitting up Chapter 5. I'm really excited for it. So yeah, Deltarune Chapter 3 and 4. They're my favorite chapters of Deltarune. Well, like this is half of the game. My favorite part of the game right now is half of the entire game. Um, but these two chapters, I'll get into it more later, but these two chapters have like four like awesome boss fights. Some of my favorite boss fights in like Undertale and Deltarune, like the whole franchise. Let me try closing my curtain. It's very white in here. Like, close the blind. Well, now it's all the lights behind me though. I don't know how to do this. I'm just gonna leave it like this and hope I don't get washed out. I am getting washed out. Like you can still see me, but it is very bright. Um, Let me check if my stream is up actually. Twitch.tv/briefjoe. Okay, looks like it is up in the right category. Um, so yeah, it has four of my favorite fights in the franchise, and like my favorite character. It has my favorite character, and I'll get into all of that later. I don't know how much I'm gonna like talk about the fights. I have a document about it. I didn't write down about the fights. I just said like these are my favorite fights in the game, and maybe I'll just be like this is why. Um, but yeah, I and coincidentally, um, yesterday I started or my friend was interested in playing Deltarune, so I played Deltarune with her. So we started chapter 1. I forgot how good chapter 1 of Deltarune is. It's been years since chapter 1 came out. Um, I don't remember if I streamed it. I know I streamed chapter 2. I don't remember if I streamed chapter 1. I don't think so. I think I played it myself. But yeah, so I forgot how fun it is. Like it's really funny. Um, I'm like looking at my smile. Like it's kind of throwing me off. I'm smiling like sideways. But anyways, enough looking at myself. I do that enough of that. No, I don't. I don't know when I ever see my face. But yeah, so we were playing through it, and I was like, chapter one is actually really fun. It's really funny. It has great jokes and great humor. And I'm like, man, maybe the entire game was just good from the start, and I just don't remember because it's been so long since I played it. Because like with Deltarune, I came into it expecting the same level of stuff as like Undertale, which chapter 1 definitely was a bit below that. Like it was still like playing it yesterday, it was like still hilarious. It had great jokes, it was like great time, it had awesome fights, like there was some really fun stuff there. Um but I think I was just like, oh, it's just like when I was playing it at first, I was like, oh, there's only one route. You can't do anything. You can't like make any choices or decisions to influence the story. Boring. And that's kind of what stuck with me about chapter 1. Chapter 2 was, I remember chapter 2. I enjoyed chapter 2. Chapter 2 was fun. But chapter 3 and 4 though, and I was also talking to one of my friends about chapter 3 and 4 at one point, where it's like, at this point, me and him, we both agree that we think that chapter, like Deltarune, at this point, we are enjoying Deltarune more than we did Undertale. Which, not to like say anything bad about Undertale, Undertale is an incredible game. What it did was awesome, and it's like just like can't compete with it. You know, like it's awesome, and like nothing is ever gonna be at the level of Undertale and what it was and what it did. But Deltarune, but that doesn't mean it's like the ultimate game, and it's like nothing can be better than it. You can't have more fun or any more enjoyment than playing another game. And I think at this point, Deltarune is reaching that point for me and my friend at least, because chapter 3 and 4 were awesome. One other thing I wanted to know about chapter 1, which just like, which I thought was fun, was when we were playing. We got to the part where Susie, like we did the checker fight, and like Ralph says like, "Oh, Susie, like you got to stop being so violent. It's your fault that like this fight happened because you were being violent." And so Susie's like, "Oh, you know what? You're right. I'm gonna change my ways." And then like she does like a whole thing where it's like, I'm gonna be a villain. I'm gonna join the bad guys, um, which was pretty funny. A little funny like twist for us. Um, but um, what was I saying? What was I trying to say here? Oh yeah, but like my friend, she was like, "Oh, I really thought that she was going to like switch sides and become good after that." And I'm like, no, no, no. Deltarune is written much better than that. Deltarune has awesome writing. It is written very well. Um, and then it actually made me start thinking about my own rating, and I'm like, wait, I might be doing that in my project that I'm working on right now. Let me let me write a note to like not do that. Um, yeah, I thought that was funny and interesting. That was a fun little tidbit from our play session yesterday. Um, but yeah, I love this game. I think it's like my favorite game, like because like I think about it all the time. Like not every day. I don't think I think about it every day, and I don't know if I think about it so much because like I have the music in my playlists or whatever. But I just think about it all the time, and I was like, bro, it's awesome. And I still am like, man, I love it. I love it. It's so good, and it's like, um, it's been a year. It's been over a year, and I'm still thinking about it and being like, this is so good. And I think at this point, it's fair to say that this is my favorite game at the moment. Like, yeah, because I don't know what my favorite game was before it, because it was kind of like I used to like really like Minecraft, back in the day when I was younger, and then I switched to really liking Dokkan Battle, and I played a lot of Dokkan Battle, and then after I stopped playing Dokkan Battle because I was like, I don't have time to spend in to a gacha game, and I started straying away from like these like daily login like mobile apps or like games that have like FOMO stuff. I started straying away from them. And I'm like, I don't see the point of FOMOing a fake game thing because you know in a couple like maybe in a couple of weeks I'm not gonna care about the game anymore. So there's no point in putting so much time and energy into the game, especially if I don't feel like playing it. And it's like if it's a bad game if I can't play the game without logging in every day to get something right. They need to have like they gotta have a system, or they gotta have systems in place for you to like be able to do stuff in the game without logging in and playing the game every day. Like, sure, you can make it easier, but you can't replace like the game. With the gameplay with just logging in. Um, so I kind of stopped. I've really, really stopped caring about like daily logins or like reach 30-day login streak to get this limited time character or something. I kind of was like, I'm kind of over it. I'm kind of over like fake items in games. Like sometimes they're cool, and it's like, wow, I like this item. That'd be cool if I had it. But it's like, well, it doesn't really matter. I don't need it. It's not gonna improve or ruin my life whether I have it or not. So yeah, I just don't know what I don't know what I think I was kind of in like a uh limbo between stopping playing Dokkan Battle and like a couple months ago where I was like, I don't know what's my favorite game right now, and I think now it's Deltarune. Um, but yeah, so my favorite character that was put in here, Chapter 4, Gerson. Gerson is a goated character. He is awesome. Like I love how they introduce him as like clueless old man. Like, oh, what's going on? Where am I? Oh. And then like how he like interacts with the battles and comes in and like interacts with the enemies and is like, oh, I'm a clueless old man doing clueless things, but I'm actually helping. I'm actually helping you guys win and like stuff like that. And then it's like, and like how Susie's goes from like being like, ugh, I hate this guy. Let's just like, he's kind of annoying. He's kind of a pain in the butt, and onto being like, yo, I love this guy. Like, I want to, you know, write this letter for his son, to tell his son how much the father loves him and like all this stuff. And it's really cool. And I love seeing that development and that influence that Gerson has on Susie. And especially when he helps Susie get more confident with her magic as well, which is another thing I thought was really interesting about Deltarune, where it's like a lot of like Toby Fox is not above like foregoing like good game design stuff for like fun or mechanics or story. So it's like they give Susie a spell, like a very expensive spell for healing that only heals like 1 HP. And that's the thing you can do in the game, which under normal circumstances, right? That's like, oh, that's a terrible design decision. Why would you give the player the option to do that? Because they'll never use it. There's no point. There's a better healing spell in the game already. But Toby is like, no, this is for a story. It's important. It's important for Susie's character development. Which I really like. That's one thing I really like about the games too, where it's like it's not just about the gameplay, it's not just about the design, and it's also not just about the story. It's about like all of it. Like it's just its own full, like everything together works very nicely together. Um Also some of the fights, um also some of the fights, like the stuff with Rules Card when Rules Card is fighting or yeah, I like how he uses the fights as a storytelling tool rather than just like the fights. He doesn't care about the design of the fights. It's more of like he does a good job at using the fights as a storytelling tool. Like in chapter 3, this is one of my favorite fights in the game just because it's so funny and it's well, I like it because it's funny. I don't like it because of the mechanics. I like it story wise, where it's just like Rules Card is just like he has a laser pointer. He's like, go here, go here, go here, like follow me. So the sun and moon, La Nino and no, yeah, La Nino and El Nina, they follow him, and it's like, okay, the fight, they're not hitting you. The fight isn't a fight anymore because they're following Rules Card's laser pointer. But it's like it's so awesome. It's so funny, and I love it, and it's great, and it's so clever. Um, but yeah, Gerson. What else was there about Gerson? I didn't do any review. This is kind of just a lot of this is just off of the top of my head. Like this is what stuck with me. This is what I like. But yeah, it's really sweet. It's really sweet to see Susie. like starting to really open up and warm up to Gerson over the course of the chapter. Um, so yeah, going to the boss fights, I already talked about um the rules card fight, just really funny. Um, let's see. I have three more. I'm not sure which one I want to talk about first. Let's do Jackington. Jackington is really funny, and it's also awesome. Bro, it's really distracting me that like when I move around, it like the focus, the exposure changes. Like it's distracting me. I don't know about you guys watching the video or the stream. There's no one watching the stream, but I don't know about you guys watching the video. It's really distracting. But yeah, so Tenna. No. Jackington. I love his fight. It is so funny. And it's like pretty unique too. Like it's different than anything that has happened in this franchise as well. Like, you know, like going through the house and like having to like dodge like the patterns and like make your way through the patterns, kind of like a mini stealth game, like avoid the security guards, like sneaking through the house to get the key. And then just the humor of like you're too long, you're taking too long, and just like how just like the creativity that goes into it, like while like so making it so funny and silly while also designing a really good fight. And it's like I think a lot of the stuff that I really like about Toby Fox and like a lot of stuff that I've been saying is like just how he integrates, like how good he is at like integrating things together within his design, right? He's not just like, okay, this is a fight, so I'm gonna design it like a fight. This is writing, so I'm just gonna design it like a story, right? He'll like put them together. He'll use his things in different ways and make them work together to create a better experience, right? And he does a really good job at it. Like with Jackington's fight, because he adds a lot of humor. Like there's not like Jackington's fight isn't much of story. It's a lot of just like humor. Um, which is also a really really good or like a big strong suit of this game. It's just like the humor is awesome. Also, my desk is kind of wobbly. I don't know how well it comes through on camera, just like when I wobble my desk like that. Um, we'll see. But yeah, I don't know. Jackington, it's really funny. I think everyone else can attest to that or agree with that. That Jackington's fight, it was just funny. Also, I don't know if his name's Jackington. It's like the Jack o' Lantern guy. I forget his name. I thought it was Jackington, but now I'm like, wait, there's a character named Jockington. Am I just mixing the two of them up? I don't know, but I think you guys know what I mean. He's also got a banger soundtrack for his fight. The next one. Now these two are actually about. Well, no, I'll go to Gerson, the secret boss fight for Gerson. I love it. Um, this one is also a very narratively heavy fight. Um, and well done and focused on the fight, unlike rules card. This one has a lot of stuff, a lot of narrative weight, and a lot of character. Like it has a lot of character growth in it, and a lot of character of like a lot of the characters in it. You know, it's like Gerson is like and it's like staged as like Gerson is kind of training Susie, trying to get Susie to like get good. Um, and it's really sweet and it's really awesome and it's also really fun. Um, I'd say this is like one of my maybe my second favorite, third favorite fight in the game because it's really fun. I really like the bringing back of Undyne's mechanic, but then adding more layers to it where you have more directions to turn. And I think it would have been so much more fun. Like I love the fight, but it's also kind of I don't like it because it's like it's too short, it's too easy. Like man, um, it's too short. Um, right? Like there's the mechanic with the shells and like the shells that bounce and each colored shell does a different thing. And it's like a really awesome mechanic and it's a really interesting mechanic. But it lasts for like 3 rounds or something, and most of the shells only get used once in one round. And it's like, bro, keep it going. Like you have an interesting mechanic here. I want to play through the interesting mechanic. I want to keep playing this interesting mechanic with the shells and learn the shells and how to play the shells. But no, it ends. It ends really quickly. Um, way too easy, way too quick. It does. I really feel like it doesn't explore the mechanics, or it doesn't really explore the battle very much, and like it doesn't really do enough with what it has that it could have worked with. It could have done a lot more. Great fight still, though. Um, what else about it? I just really like it, and um, I'm also looking down at my screen. I don't know if it looks like I'm looking at you guys, because this is me looking at the camera and this is me looking at my screen. And I just noticed I've just looked at my screen the whole time. I don't know if I should be looking at the camera. Does this look too like? Does it look like I'm staring at your soul when I look into the camera? Like, because I can't see, because I can't look at my camera, my view of myself when I'm also looking at the camera. I can't like split my eyes like that in half. But yeah, whew, I'm kind of out of breath because I'm like doing a lot of talking and not a lot of breathing. Let me take a sip of this drink. Almost about 20 minutes. I don't know how long the stream is gonna go, but I was still pretty early on in my notes, and I'm at 20 minutes. Got some strawberry lemonade for lunch. But yeah, let me catch my breath. Take a little quick intermission. Um, all right. I guess that was long enough. My favorite fight in this game is Tenna's fight. I think Tenna's fight is awesome. I think it is so interesting how you go from the battlefield, because you're in the battlefield. I think it's so interesting. I think it's so awesome. I think it's so cool that you go from just a little battlefield being the heart to then doing all those mini games that you did earlier in the TV show. Like, I think it's awesome how you just could play the other mini games. Or it's not that, it's just like how it changes up so much. I love it. I just love that idea that of like just changing it up. Like it's like now, not you're not doing the same old anymore. We're bringing in different things, so it goes from just being a bullet hell to then it also goes to like being like WarioWare with a bunch of mini games, and it's so fun. I think it's so fun that that does that. And yeah, like instantly playing it. It was my favorite fight in that game. Instantly, I'm like, yo, this is awesome. The way he does this, the way he changed this up. I do want to say that I did not do the boss fight for the Dark Knight. No, the Roaring Knight. The Dark Knight is freaking Batman. I didn't do the boss fight for the Roaring Knight because I missed it, and also I like I have my streams up. Like I didn't go back and play any more Deltarune since my last streams. I didn't do the Roaring Knight, so that's my stipulation here. Like maybe I would like the Roaring Knight fight, but to me it just seems like it's a very difficult challenge. Like Spamton's fight was difficult, was pretty difficult, and I'm not like, bro, that fight's awesome. I love his fight. So I don't think I'm gonna say that I like the Roaring Knights fight. Or the theme for it. The theme is interesting. Like I see a lot of people really like it, and I was talking to one of my friends, another one of my friends who likes Deltarune, and he was saying that people probably like the theme because it's like what is in the like one of the hardest fights in the game, just like such a challenge, and it's like plays there, and that there's the association between that theme and the fight. But the same thing with Spamton, it's like Big Shot is cool, but I'm not like crazy about Big Shot. Like it's not like I love Big Shot. Um, yeah, so that's the stuff, like the content. Like content wise, that is what I really like about Deltarune Chapter 3 and 4. And it's like I love a lot of these things better than anything in chapters 1 and 2. Like the fight against Queen, where you're like doing like the punch out. That was pretty cool. But I think Tenna's was more impactful for me. I think it was more interesting and more fun than Queen's one. Um, I still have to go back and do the Snowgrave route as well. Like I did the stream in chapter 2 doing Snowgrave. I didn't do it for chapter 3. I don't have my save file. Actually, I do have my save file. It's on my other computer. I could copy it over here. But I didn't do the Snowgrave route um for chapter 3 and 4, which I do want to go back and do because at least chapter 4. Chapter 4 is crazy. I saw like the beginning of it in Noelle's house. I saw part of that. Bro, it's insane. I want to see what happens after that, like where the chapter goes after that. It's awesome. And I just love that. I don't know. I think it's really cool. It looks like a bit like, oh my god, what the heck is going on? And I wonder, like, I'm not sure if I want to go through it before Deltarune finishes or if I want to do it after I finish Deltarune, right? Because it's like maybe the Snowgrave route will just be a different ending, like things will play out differently in the end, or like the Snowgrave route could be like a hint of like this is what's happening, this is what this is, and everything. I think I'm just gonna do it after Deltarune finishes. Like my plan with Deltarune is I'm going to finish the so I'm gonna redo everything. Like once Deltarune finishes coming out, I think I'm gonna want to go back and like 100% it as much as I can. Just like get everything, get all the secrets, see all the content, like get beat all the secret bosses. I'm not looking forward to trying to beat the Roaring Knight. And I'm not looking forward to playing Spamton 2 times again. Because I just played him again. Like I did a lot better this time recently that I did it because my roommate was playing Deltarune Chapter 2. So I was like, oh, on my Switch, I'm at Spamton's fight. Let me just beat Spamton on my Switch. Um, yeah, so but I do want to go back and experience all of it again as like one complete package and not like wait 10 years between the beginning or like 10-15 years between the beginning and the end to see what's going on. Um, yeah, but I'm excited to do that. And because I am missing a lot of the content, a lot of the secrets. And if I replay it, I might as well just do it all at once um after the fact. Um but yeah, I don't know a lot of what happens in the Snowgrave route. And I'd love to see that happen or see what that is. All right, now we're on to um the next part. I'm talking about the OSTs because Chapter 4 has a lot of my favorite music from Toby Fox as well. Like and it's really cool to see like as Deltarune progresses, just how Toby Fox's like abilities progress. Like we see a lot. Well, I don't know if his writing is getting better because like going back to chapter 1, his writing was pretty good, but chapter 4 had like incredible writing. Um, so I don't know if it's just like his writing is getting better or if it's just like he's making scenes that show off like really good writing that are like really well written. Um, the music has been getting better. Like every chapter, it's like there's more and more going on with the music. Like from Undertale to like chapter 4, it's like a huge step up. And one of my comments about the music actually is that the tracks kind of sound like reimaginings. Like some of these tracks are kind of just like reimaginings of the songs or the tracks in Undertale, like the Hammer of Justice and What else was it? A Dark Zone. Like those two are just like Undyne's theme and the Blue Ghost theme. And it's like I'm wondering if like I like to think of it as like Toby Fox is just showing off like how much better he is at making music. So now it's like this is where it's at. Like this is what he can do now that he didn't do before. So yeah, I wanted to listen to my tracks and just like have a jam session and just jam out and rock out to the music. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tracks that I really like. I don't know how much energy I'm gonna have to do all of them, but let's like start at the top of the list from like I sort of loosely ranked them from least favorite to most favorite, but these are like my top tracks from the chapter. Okay. That's really loud for me. Can I do this? Yeah. This is awesome. This battle music is really good. I like this battle music. I wonder if what's gonna happen with chapter 5 though with the battle music. Like if it's going to stay like this, or if it's gonna like change back to Rude Buster or Ruder Buster, or maybe a new Rudest Buster, because I'm pretty sure this music seems to be just for like this chapter, because it's called like From Now On, and like the Dark Sanctuary and everything. I do miss my Rude Buster though. My Ruder Buster. That is my spoiler, that's my number 1 favorite track from the chapter. We got this motif again from Undertale. Or is it Undertale? No, this is a Deltarune motif. Oh, oops. I pulled up the next thing I wanted to pull up, but I wanted to pull up, like, while we're on the topic of From Now On, there's this remix of From Now On that has like a really nice animation on it, and I just wanted to show the little animation. It's called Henceforth. I just like this little dance. I can't do it, but I can pretend. I really like this animation of the dance. Yeah, that's kind of all I wanted to show about this one. But this next one, also from chapter 3. I like the third sanctuary specifically. Like the other 2 sanctuaries are alright, they're nice, but third sanctuary, popping off. It's friggin' banging. And I also love this part of the, I also love this part of the game, because it's like Susie makes her own Dark Zone, or her own Shadow Realm. I don't remember what they're called. Her own Dark Fountain, and it's like different. So it's like it seems like every other chapter, the Dark Fountain was created by the Roaring Knight. So we've seen the Roaring Knight's Dark Fountain, and like my guess is that everything is just the way it is because this is the Roaring Knight's Dark Fountain, and it's not like this is just how Dark World is. It's just that's how the Roaring Knight's dark fountains are. And then Susie makes her own, which is weird and different, and like has this weird music that's got a weird time signature and kind of weird noises based compared to the previous like Dark Sanctuaries or Sanctuary tracks. And then it's like it's just off. It's weird. It's different. And I'm wondering if that's what it is, or like if that's like it's just because it's her sanctuary or her fountain. It's just that's why it's just different. Because like my first impression was like, oh, it's different because Susie doesn't know what she's doing and she just did it weird. Also, Susie was full of determination. She got filled by determination. Gerson gave her determination. I feel like Deltarune is a story about Susie, not about Chris. Because, like, Susie's going through so much growth, and it's, like, so much about, like, her and Noelle, and I focus on that. And it really feels like it's turning into a story about Susie. And not so much about, like, Chris, as my first impression of it was. And it's not a story about us. Us as Chris. Or whatever Chris is supposed to be. Because Chris is like a lot of things. So it's us, Chris is us, Chris is not us. So I don't know. Dang, this song is long. I kind of don't want to stick around for the rest of this song. Let's go to the next one. A Dark Zone. So yeah, a lot of the part of the reason I love some of the boss battles is because they are that's a freaking banging music. Like I think the boss battles would still be amazing without like the awesome music, but I think the music makes them so much better. You know what it makes me think of? Like this is not normally what I think of, but like right now, me dancing. This is what I think of. I don't know how my singing is. I can't hear myself singing. Like, I don't, when I sing, I don't hear myself singing, right? Because I can hear it in my head, but I can't hear how it actually sounds. So it's like, maybe I'm terrible. Maybe I'm like so off in my singing. But yeah, I feel like this GIF fits, like right now I feel like the GIF fits perfectly for this song. I don't know why I thought about this now and not before. Maybe because I'm like thinking of dancing to it. This is such a level up. This is such a step up from this is such a step up from like Natsublu's theme. Right? Well, let me go here. Where'd my tab go? Where'd my tab go? I'll just do Mad Dummy. Like, Mad Dummy is still, like, an incredible song. Also, before that, though, there's another video by this guy that has also a really awesome animation. Like, look at that brims of their hats and everything. Is this just what they do? Anyways, I just wanted to show this animation too. Wait, you guys couldn't see it. I'm stupid. Amateur beginner move. Like, I had it on a different browser window. Yeah, look at the movement of the brims of their hats and everything. Like the movement of Susie's hair, the ears, Chris's hair. Chris's freaking suit, though, is like a jumble of pixels. It's really hard to read what's going on there. Alright, you can kind of see it, the movement, but it's kind of really hard to see in some of the frames, like some of the quote-unquote smear frames. I know this isn't like drawn by hand. I know this is like using models, I'm pretty sure, or like models and filters. Or is my guess. It looks like that. It looks like they used 3D models and just brought it down to be pixelated. But it could also be hand animated. There could be just someone so good at like doing pixel animations that that's a thing. Like, but there's so much more to a Dark Zone than the Mad Dummy. Right? And then we go to a Dark Zone and it's like, well, this is like in a kind of like a swing rhythm. I don't know. I really don't know enough about music to say. But it okay. Maybe Mad Dummy is also really good. Like, it is a very different vibe though. Because I think it's just trying to do something very different. That's what I feel like. Like listening to these two now, I think it's just they're trying to do something different. They're trying to be different. It's not like, oh, these are trying to do the same thing and be the same thing. These are definitely conveying different emotions. Like Dummy is supposed to be like more aggressive and like mad, and it's supposed to be like, ooh, spooky. So I might just not be reading into the music correctly. Anyways, next song. Next track. Bring an awesome, bring a banger. Banger alert. I was watching a video of some video game composer talking about, or I guess like analyzing or whatever its TV time, and he said something interesting about it. That it's like, it seems to be like paying homage to an old NES game, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles NES game, and that apparently it's like using the sound font that they used. And I think it's a pretty interesting story, a pretty cool story about it that he told, where it's like on the NES there was like sound files took up a lot of space, so they couldn't really fit them that well onto the game cartridges. So how they made music was they used the onboard, like the console itself had sounds like baked into it, like there were sounds available that could be used for the what? There were sounds that could be used for the there were sounds that could be used for the music, and so every Nintendo NES game just all sounded the same because they all used the same sound chip and like the same sound bytes. But this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game was the first game that changed it up and added its own instruments, and it had a very unique sound because it changed that up. And he's saying that, and the composer was saying that this song uses that sound font, and also like kind of is notated or like sounds similar, is composed similarly. I don't know music lingo, but it is very similarly done to that NES track, or the NES, like the music in the NES game, which I think is really awesome. I think that's really cool that Toei is doing this and paying this homage to it. And there's a lot of stuff about like kind of nostalgia here in chapter 3. There's a lot of stuff about nostalgia, so it makes sense that there would be that homage to that. But in chapter 2 as well, there's like kind of like Punch Out. You like one of the mini games is Punch Out. Which is a kind of an interesting thing that he's referencing that. Like in terms of game design, where it's like he's not trying to come up with something unique. He's basing it off of something and basing it off of something that already exists, that is already successful, that is already been tried and tested. Like I don't think it's like he's like, oh, I need a mechanic. Let me look at this game and make this mechanic. I feel like it's more of like he's trying to make it a more nostalgic mechanic and like more about nostalgia than it is about him trying to base his game mechanic off of a different game. Like he's trying to use the different game to create more of a like a nostalgia to it. What else? Did we finish this? No, we didn't. I left 3 seconds. Okay, it finished. I did finish it. But yeah, so I think it's cool. Or I think that's an interesting thing to think about. That it's like this game is using, it's referencing other things that existed. It's not unique, and it's not trying to like reinvent the wheel every time. And I think it's like an interesting thing to consider when making your own video games, that you don't need to reinvent the wheel. Like you can use something that already exists because it was already like tested, it was already figured out, like they ironed out all the bugs. They did things because like they had, yeah, again, playtesting and a bunch of time and money and effort that they could put into developing these things and like perfecting them. So it's like other things already perfected. So like especially when you're just starting out, I think it's a pretty good thing to look at other games. Like I don't think it's just like you should copy them. Like you should be like, okay, let me just make this game because it's successful. But I think it is a good like way to like get ideas, or to look at your own game and see, this is where my game is failing, this is where my game is falling short, this is what I could do. Like this is what this game did to fix this problem. So maybe I could try that and see if it fixes my problem. But of course, be more like purposeful with it. Don't be like, okay, I have this problem. I see, like I'm like making Minecraft and have this problem where placing blocks is boring. Just placing blocks is just boring. Oh, I see that Pokopia, you can find Pokemon, and that's cool. And you can do quests for the Pokemon. What if in Minecraft now I added quests? Sure, okay. What if I added Pokemon to Minecraft? So and just Pokemon. Like, oh, Pokopia has Pokemon in it. I feel like that could be what's awesome about it. So then you add Pokemon to Minecraft, but then it's still a game about placing blocks just with Pokemon in it. That's like that's an example I could come up with off the top of my head. But be more purposeful and try to understand. Like if you're doing this, you should understand why decisions were made, like what the point of decisions were, not like, oh, this game does this particular thing in this particular system. Let me add it to mine because I saw that one worked and I think it's a good idea. Because it might always fit in your particular system, because you're not making the same game, you're making a different game, hopefully. You're not making Pokopia, you're making like Minecraft. I don't know, but giving like back to my analogy. So I think it's a good way to learn, to look at other tools, or to look at other games and what they did and how they tackled problems. But just don't copy it, and like try to understand why they did it and like how you could apply it to your own thing. So next track. I love this. I love this song so much. I love the piano. And also like the melody. I just love all the parts of this song. Just like how the two of them work together, the melody and that harmony. Oh, that piano is so good! Oh my god! And the banjo sounds awesome. And I'm like, I wonder if he had like real people playing some of these instruments, or if he just like is very good at using MIDI, not MIDI, but like, you know, instruments on like friggin' FL Studio or whatever. Love it. I love it. It is so good. So like the thing is, all this music really makes me want to get into making my own music and like composing my own music for my own games that I'm working on. So that I could also craft like awesome freaking bangers like this and just like have, because it seems like so much fun to like make a song like this and be like, yo, this is awesome. But I also feel like it would be awesome to like have the creative control over my music and over what like music goes into my games and like create it like, you know, the sound and like the narrative and like create what I want. Which I guess I do have the creative control over my games. Like if I have a musician, I could just tell them like, hey, I don't like this. This is what I'm thinking of. This is what I'm looking for. Like something like this, and the musician can, like the composer can do it. But it's like I think it'd be cool to do it myself. I think it could be fun to do it myself too. The problem is I just don't have time to put into trying to make music and trying to figure out how to like make my own music. I'm too busy. Like I'm too busy. I want to finish. I want to make games first and foremost. So that's my biggest priority. So the majority of my time that I spend doing stuff, like working on stuff, goes to my video games. Like I want to make on like YouTube videos. Like I've been recording a bunch of YouTube videos, but not editing them and posting them because I don't have time to edit. Like I started a new YouTube channel that is more of just like a me talking about things and like me showing off like, hey, this is what I'm doing. This is like this fun project or experiment I'm doing. Come check it out. Um, I have like 2 videos recorded for it, but I don't have time to edit them or do anything with them. So they're just kind of sitting on my, well, they were on my phone, but I moved them onto my server. Um, and the first video is actually about that server and how I came about it, how I made it, and like all the struggles I went through to get it done. And I have it recorded. I just need to edit it. But anyways, yeah. So it's like I have all these things I want to do, all these ambitions, all these great things that I want to do, but I don't have enough time. So it's like I got a full-time job recently, and it's like cool because I make a salary, I have money, I got money, I can pay for things, but it's also like I miss having a part-time job because I had so much more time to put into so many different things. And now it's like most of my time goes, a huge portion of my time and energy goes to my full-time job. And then it's like on the days that I'm not working my full-time job, then it's like people want to do stuff. So I'm busy doing stuff with people. And then it's like, okay, where's the time for me to work on my games, on my own stuff? Um, so yeah, it's kind of like I have to find like, and especially with the move, it's like really, really hectic. So maybe when things slow down, I have time to actually put into all these things that I want to do. Just a little tidbit about me. This wasn't really relevant to anything. I just felt like talking about it, I guess. So yeah, let's move on to the last song here, the last track. So we're almost done, guys. I've been talking about Deltarune nonstop for almost an hour, which is great. I loved having this. I love having this outlet. I love being able to like blab like this. Who uploaded this one? Toby Fox. Toby Fox, but for some reason this one has a red border. Okay, but I love having the opportunity to like just blab like this and talk. And it's like to dead ears, sure, like no one's watching it, but maybe someone will find it and like it. But it's like I just like having the chance to like talk about it and talk about the stuff I like. And that's why I want to make my other YouTube channel. So I can do this about the stuff that I'm doing in my life and the like the projects and experiments I'm trying, like my server. Because I feel like I don't know anyone who I can talk to about my server, my computer stuff. So I feel like, like making a video about it and posting it on the internet where anyone can see it if they are interested is a good way to like a good outlet for that me wanting to talk to people. But anyways, let's go to the last one. I hope I'm singing not terribly. Yo, this is it. This is it. This is the peak. This is peak. This is peak. Ba-da-da-da. It's awesome. I love this. Oh my god, it's so good. It's so good. Ooh. I hope there's something in chapter 5 that tops this. I hope chapter 5 raises the bar. I hope I really do, because this is so good. I can't wait to hear the better. It's man. I love this song. And it's actually to this song, listening to this song, thinking about Chris and Susie as just like going on big adventures and how like millions and millions of people are playing this game and knowing their story and seeing them do it. And it's like, this is such a grand thing. Like this project, this game is such a grand thing. It's like this story of these two characters, just like these two little characters, just like having fun, going and saving the world in like dark land. And it's like, man, this is awesome. Like I love this, and it's like such a nice thought, and that's such a nice feeling to have. Like thinking about it, like oh, they're so much, they're so big, they're like the world knows them, and like you know, just um, this little game, these little two characters, and yeah, I think that's kind of why this game became my favorite game, or part of it, just like me thinking of this, like, or well, I don't think this is part of why. This is part of when I realized like, hey, this game is kind of incredible. This game is awesome, and like just to think about it and like yeah, everything with it. But yeah, so that's it. That is it. Not it for the stream. I have a couple more things I want to talk about, but that's it for the music. Dang, I've been talking about Deltarune for so long, guys. But yeah, so I guess I have a little note here. Tailing off of what I, trailing behind, no. Based on, like, following what I was just saying about the game and, like, why I think I think it's my favorite game, like, this series has been, like, a huge inspiration for me. Like, the music, story, gameplay, it's all great. And it's really like really moving, like especially chapter 4. It's like really like, oh my god, like these characters are awesome. Like this story arc, these character arcs are awesome. Um, and it's like it really pushes me to want to like do the same and like make stuff the same. Like I don't know if I want to make like quite stories quite like this, but I do want to make like stories that are like, oh, this is, or like games and experiences that are like, oh my god, this is awesome. I love this. This makes me feel really good, or this like makes me feel like I'm having so much fun, gets the serotonin and the dopamine flowing, or like the like, oh, the feel good, or whatever the thing is, like the melancholic, like, oh, that's so sweet hormone is. Like I want to make something that does that. And this is like really like a motivator and like a driver for like, this is something to achieve for. This is something to strive towards. Um, and it's like it's just kind of like a dude. Toby Fox is kind of like a guy. Like sure he has some help with all of it, like me. But like me, I'm just a dude. I'm just a guy, and I am getting some help with it. So like, who's to say that I can't do the same? You know, it's like if I just keep working towards it and keep coming up with big ideas, maybe one day I could reach not quite this level, because I think this is quite a bit much to strive for. Just like being like not making a game like this, but like just getting to this scale and this amount of like influence and impact that Toby has on like gaming and indie gaming. Um, but like, just making a game, making games like this, making games that affect like touch people and affect people like this, and just like getting money too. Money would be nice for my games. I don't want to do this for free. Like I want to be able to like I want to make it sustainable, and like I want to make making my games sustainable and something that I can do because I love it and I want to do what I. All right, let me switch back to my face as well. I don't know why the transition does that. I set up this transition like years and years and years ago for like some presentation I had to do for a class in COVID. I don't remember how I did it. And when I came back here, it was still here set up. And I'm like, oh well, I'm just gonna leave it like this. But yeah, so it's like it's really inspirational to me, and it's really motivational to me, and um, I want to do a thing about it. I'll be right back really quickly, or maybe a bit. I wasn't prepared for this part. Maybe a bit longer than really quickly. Okay, you're kind of able to see what I was bringing over, but I had this picture of Markiplier like hanging on my wall. I don't think you were able to see it in my old room, um, because the camera was too low and was up too high on the like up too high on the wall. But I've had this picture of Markiplier hanging on my wall for a while, and the reason for that is because he's been a huge inspiration for me, like a huge like influence on me. For a similar reason to Toby Fox, where it's like he's just a guy. He's just a guy. He started like Markiplier started out by like screaming at his computer screen on the internet. Like he started out like, or I think he got his start. I think that's where one place he got pretty popular was my Five Nights at Freddy's, playing Five Nights at Freddy's, and then from there he just grew and grew and grew, and then now he's making stuff like In Space with Markiplier, and then he made Iron Lung, and it's like it was for me. It's like a huge inspiration, a huge motivation to be like, bro, this guy came from like just being a random guy, just like a dude on the internet screaming on the internet, and now he's like he made a movie. He made his own movie. He's producing stuff like In Space with Markiplier, and it's awesome, and it's really cool to see that he went from nothing to like this. And so that's why I had him on my wall, because it's like if I'm ever not feeling tired or not motivated to do my work, I can look at him, think of the stuff he achieved, think of where he is now with like what he's doing, and wow, he's like inspiring me, and use that to like motivate myself. Like I can do this. Like if I just need to keep working and I can achieve this goal. This is what I should strive for. This is what I'm striving for. Like he did it, so I can do it, and like stuff like that. But I think I'm gonna replace him with Deltarune now. I could get this new printout of a Deltarune thing. I'm gonna replace him. And it's not like I'm like Markiplier's out the window, out the door. I don't care about him anymore. It's just that I have one hanger, one poster hanger. Um, ah, I ripped him. Oh no. Oh no. I have to tape him back up. Like I'm just saying it's not like it's making it, I'm making it seem like it, but I'm saying it's not me replacing him. It's me saying I have something else that is giving me inspiration and making me feel like something, giving me something different to strive for, something that I feel like I want to focus on more than him. Like if I got like a Deltarune poster, I keep Markiplier up, I put him back. But I don't want to pay for a Deltarune poster, unfortunately. Posters are expensive. It's like a very expensive piece of paper. I printed this out for free. So there we go. This is going to be hanging on my wall now. Or well, my light switch that I don't want people to turn off. So I hang it on my light switch so that people don't turn off my light switch that controls my TV and all my entertainment console stuff. My entertainment center rather. So yeah, that's kind of I've had this thing printed out for like at least like 2 months, and I'm like, bro, I'm gonna swap this out when I do the stream, and I'm finally doing the stream and swapping him out. I'm glad. I'm glad. I really like this game. It's really, again, all I said, motivational, really inspirational to me, and like something that's like gives me something to strive for, and like this is where I want to be. This is what I want to do with my work. I hope I can achieve like this level of goodness in what I make. Um, and yeah, it's just so like that's it. I do have a couple honorable mentions, or well, a honorable mention. Now I'll do the two of them. So this first one is two videos by this one guy. How Toby Fox made Undertale's 101 songs connect, and then he also did one about Deltarune, Chapter 1, and he's gonna do stuff about Chapter 2. I think he's gonna do for the rest of Deltarune. These videos are freaking awesome. Wait, I don't have it shared. It says Undertale and then Deltarune. These videos are freaking awesome. They are so well made, so well produced, and it's just awesome. Like he talks so well about it, and I highly recommend if you like the soundtrack of Undertale and you like the story of Undertale, take a watch of these videos. Give him a subscribe. Like I know there's no one here. Like I know it's not gonna really do anything, but I just want to share it because like I love his videos. I think his videos are awesome. Like these videos he made are incredible. Like they're really good and they're really awesome to watch. Um, so these two videos. I don't know if I want to do the second one. The second one is about someone talking about how like what Deltarune means to her, and she talks about reading or like how or well, yeah, she talks about like escapism in Deltarune and how it impacted her and like Susie's story, how Susie's story and character arc and development impacted her and influenced her. I think it's called What Deltarune Means to Me. I don't know. I'm not gonna try to pull it up. Oh, you can see my subscription. It's like muffin juice. Muffin juice. I like muffin juice. He's funny. Oh, well, okay. Cool. I thought I just flashed my other web browser, but I didn't. I was smart about it. But it's like it's not like there's anything there that is like I can't show you. I just don't want to show you what I'm looking at on the internet or what tabs I have open. It's like nothing crazy. It's not it's nothing. But yeah. thanks for watching. If you stuck this long, I don't know if if anyone really cares enough about me and my thoughts and opinions of Deltarune to watch an hour and a quarter long video. But if you're here, that's awesome. Thanks. And um, I will be streaming Deltarune when it comes out. I'm excited to play Deltarune Chapter 5. I've set aside the end of my week, or well, the last like Wednesday and Thursday, because then Friday I have stuff, and then the weekend I have stuff, so I can't stream at all. But I've set aside Wednesday and Thursday for Deltarune Chapter 5, and I'm so excited, guys. I am so excited for this. You have no idea. You have no idea. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you in a couple days for Deltarune. Bye.